tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another after show for Once Upon a Time right here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm Cathy Kelley, finally back. Season 4, episode 4, titled The Apprentice. Tiana and Kaori are out this week, but as always, we have Marisa Serafini.
Hello, everyone.
What up?
And then joining us this week, Keetin Marchi.
Hi, you guys. It's so fun to be back for season 4.
I know. And if you guys are watching and not listening, you can see her Elsa style braid.
I had my hair all curled up pretty, and then we were watching, and Cathy was like, "You should so braid your hair." Like
yeah,
Elsa.
I mean,
totally
you're in her blue.
I have like the little ice
everything.
crystal, I guess. It's like Halloween for me already.
Yeah,
I know.
she came prepared.
You did. What was that girl? There was like that huge Instagram thing of the girl that looks exactly like Elsa.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness.
She gets paid tons of money to be an Elsa impersonator.
It's crazy.
I do work kids' birthday parties as Elsa.
You do. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
If you have a child who needs an Elsa. What?
There you go.
Anyways, let's talk about tonight's episode, The Apprentice. We open with the Sorcerer's Stone backstory, which we were all excited for.
Not stone.
What? Or sorcerer, sorry. We were talking about, because earlier when we were watching, we said
Merlin.
Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Merlin.
But yeah, just the sorcerer. So we see the Dark One, which we're assuming it's Rumple, but it ends up being one of the previous Dark Ones. And Zoso.
Still
yes.
badass.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice ends up kind of just getting in his way and saying, you're not going to be able to possess whatever is in that box. Every Dark One has tried and every Dark One has failed. So, what do we think of that?
I mean, I think it's interesting that we know Rumple. He's done so many dark things, and he's probably one of the only Dark Ones now that can figure it out. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's totally fitting that Rumple would be the one who's like, yeah, I'm still going to try.
Didn't he kind of look like the old Dark One? When that first shot of him with his cape, and even when they showed him close up, I was like, "Is this Star Wars?"
I was gonna say that too.
Star Wars?
Yeah. No, it definitely looked like that.
To it.
Very, very much looked like the leader of the Sith. Mm-hmm. Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't claim
well,
to be a
Disney does own
I know
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
all
And the
in the
writers
family.
are big Star Wars fans.
I love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's talk about incorporating Fantasia to this too, because that was not something that I knew about prior to watching this episode, that they were going to incorporate that this season. But do you think they did a good job?
I think they're doing a really good job, because a lot of us are speculating where they're going to, like, the next enchanted land next, and Fantasia is really looking like one of them. We're getting Yensid's hat, we're getting Sorcerer, so they're really building it up.
When I think of Disney, though, that's not the first movie that pops into my mind. I know that that's like, it's Mickey, like,
yeah.
it's Mickey Mouse.
Mickey
and
is
that
the
is
apprentice,
Disney, but yeah,
Mickey is.
it's not the first thing that I think of when I think of Disney.
I mean, I can't see them really spanning much further with this world, or like, I mean, obviously this hat is going to be a major part of this season, but I think if they're going to be venturing into the world of the hat, I don't think it's going to be the Fantasia world. I think it will be another type of it'll be a universe we're not expecting. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's Buzz Lightyear's space command center. I don't know,
Let's
but
go to Space Mountain.
I just don't think you could do that much more, because what you said, Cathy, Fantasia's iconic, but Fantasia's only iconic because of the Apprentice story and because of the Mickey and the dancing brooms.
Are we
and
gonna
they did it.
see
And
half horse, half people, or whatever else? Is
Yeah, maybe because like even Fantasia, we can get a lot more mystical creatures and stuff that we
Dancing mushrooms.
haven't seen.
It gets trippy. Let's talk about
it's
that.
It's very trippy.
Yeah.
maybe space is Star Wars. Maybe they are going to bring it into it.
Yeah.
But even like Fantasia, if you go back to Fantasia 2000, we can add so many more mystical, magical creatures into it that can really build a really fun visual land that we could go to.
The one thing that I remember from Fantasia, which is something that they haven't really tapped into in Storybrooke yet, is the gods.
And like Hercules, Olympus, Megara, like, you know,
Let's
Pegasus.
go to Mount Olympus.
Let's go there. Let's go to Mount Olympus. I would so be down to go to Mount Olympus and get Hades, and
be amazing.
That'd be really, really fun, and a lot of cool characters when you bring in Greek or Roman mythology.
Yeah. A lot of magic too. We shall see. So moving on, let's talk about Anna. She visits Rumple, and she lies to him, tells him her name is Joan, like she has been doing this entire secret mission.
Hang in there, Joan.
Rumple immediately calls her out, and Anna naively makes a deal with Rumple so she can find out why her parents came to visit him. And in turn, she has to give this mystery vial, or put this mystery vial into the Sorcerer's Apprentice's tea. Doesn't seem like a fair trade at the time.
No, and plus, Rumple did give her the contract, making a deal. You don't make deals with Rumple at all.
She didn't know that.
She didn't know that. She definitely learned her lesson.
You should probably read over whatever you're signing.
And that's a long contract. She should have.
I don't know. What kind of bothers me about Anna, like, I love Frozen. I love Anna and Elsa. But it's like, you know, this storyline is a continuation after the movie. And in the movie, Elsa goes through this huge character growth. She grows up. She gets so much smarter. Like, she's not as naive. And I feel like she's reverted now back to that kind of dopey, naive,
Anna?
stupid girl that we saw at the beginning of Frozen, that Elsa's like, Anna, come on, like, you know, don't fall, like, you're not gonna get married to this guy. You just met him on day one, like, I feel like she's reverted back to this, and it's annoying me because I know Anna's a stronger character than that, and so I hope that they get her out of this soon, and we get back to the Anna that we saw at the end of Frozen, who was so strong and smart and, you know, cunning. I want that Anna.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have the streak of blonde in her hair.
No, because after that, you know, when the Frozen, everything got melted, so did that.
Oh, that got
went
melted
away.
too?
Yeah, that went away. 'Cause she wasn't affected by the spell anymore, by Elsa's magic. But also, yes, I agree that the fact that, like, she had that character growth in the movie, and then to go back to this naive version, that just goes to show that she still has more growing up to do. And hopefully, we know that, like, her intentions are good. She just jumps into situations not really thinking straight. She's not rational, like Elsa would. Elsa is more, she thinks things through. Anna just goes, like, guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
And hopes everything comes out for the best.
Yes.
But there's... What's wrong with your face? I love how that's like the
Think things through.
She has purple.
So Anna goes to the Sorcerer's Apprentice's house and is about to put
in the middle of the woods.
In the middle of the woods, knowing that
Merlin.
he eats kids, or that's what she's told, still goes. And she ends up pouring this vial into the fire, not into his tea, because he seems like a nice person. And goes back to Rumple. Since she didn't fulfill her contract, he then shows her, I guess it's not even the fine print, it's just the regular print on the contract, saying that she will have to live locked in a tower because she didn't fulfill her end of the deal.
Again, Anna, come on.
Read the contract.
Yes, read the freaking contract.
Yeah. But also, we learn that it wasn't poison in the vial. It was actually an antidote because the Sorcerer's Apprentice was already poisoned by Rumple the day before, and now he's a mouse.
He's a mouse.
He's Mickey Mouse.
The sorcerer's a mouse. I think that was definitely a nice ode to Fantasia and the whole storytelling. But if he's like Merlin, or if he's a magical sorcerer, don't you think he would be able to change himself back into human form?
Mm-hmm. I mean, part of the poison or whatever it was might have temporarily
hindered
gotten rid
magic.
of his magic.
But we don't
if
quite
he's just
know
an
if he is
apprentice
magic.
too, yeah.
Because when we originally saw that scene of the first Dark One, Zoso, coming and fighting him, he didn't use magic to fight him. He just pulled out a sword.
And also, in Fantasia, Mickey doesn't have magical powers. It's the hat.
Yes, until he puts the hat on. And
Right.
he's just like sitting there.
He was in possession of the hat.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't until he put it on, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
like the sorting
I just
hat.
The hat
question
is
everything.
magic.
I just question it. Okay.
So, Anna and Rumple go back to the Sorcerer's Apprentice's house so that Rumple can go into the basement, get this box, and what is in the box? It's the hat. So he kind of tells Anna his entire plan, and then while, I don't know, she's like trying to stop him from doing everything, the mouse ends up jumping on his hand. He drops his dagger, and Anna picks it up. Now she's in control of Rumple. That seemed very easy.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like,
Yeah.
and good on Anna to make all these, rules that's like, you have to do this and this and this for me to get herself out of her sticky situation.
Yeah.
But Kathy and I were saying she should have been a little bit more specific because she never mentioned Kristoff.
Oh, yeah. She
she-
just said, you cannot hurt me or my sister. And, yeah, what was the other stipulation?
Her sister, she had to send her back to Arendelle, and she had to turn the mouse back into a man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There was 3 things.
Yeah.
That was it.
So, yeah, she should have been more specific. She should have
Wording.
said, you can never hurt anyone that I care about. Or, you know.
Never go after us again.
Yeah, leave us. I mean,
And
I think
tell
the
me
care
what
about is
happened
perfect.
to my parents to find out
Yeah.
what they like. She could have got all of her answers.
Is that something
then
that
and there.
works, though? If you request something and then you give him the dagger back?
What do you mean?
Or did she take the dagger with her?
No,
she gave the
'cause
dagger back.
He
yeah.
waved his hand and poof, she went, and the dagger was still
Yeah.
there.
So are all of her stipulations for, or, all the things that she listed, are they still valid once he has the dagger back?
I think
could someone
so.
override them and say to, Rumple, like, if they're wielding this dagger, hey, you have to kill Anna and Elsa. And then is he able to because he was already told that he can't?
I think maybe that's a loophole is if somebody else has the dagger at the time, but I think even though he has it back now, he cannot do anything. Like, he cannot undo what she's already commanded him to do before she lost the dagger.
Yeah, I think it's implied that all these stipulations are now in effect. And then he has his dagger back and she has everything she asked for.
We shall see. But yes, she should have asked for more. So
Yeah, she could have gotten so many answers.
And she wasn't thinking.
Shake you.
let's go backtrack for just a second. One of the reasons why Rumple needed Anna is because he needed the tear of someone who faced their innermost darkness but turns away from it.
Because she's so nice.
And he predicted exactly what she would do.
Rumple
Yeah, well,
is just
he
great.
does have
Yeah.
the power of foresight as well. So, I mean, that makes sense that he would know that. But the fact that he got it from Anna shows that he could never be that person. Someone else had to be the one to wield the tear and to open the hat or have access to the
Because
hat.
he's faced his innermost darkness all the time and does not turn away from it.
No, but I feel like that was almost too easy too. like, I don't know, like the pacing of this episode seemed a little off to me. I don't know. Maybe I kept telling Kat, I was like, not much has happened.
It didn't seem like it progressed the story any further this season, but it set up a lot of things for, I think, the rest of the season.
Episode.
It was kind of like it was an add-on episode, which is just, I think we'll see the aftermath of all of these things later in the season. But it really didn't progress the storyline with the Snow Queen. It didn't progress the storyline with Maid Marian, you know, being unfrozen, all these things that we saw in the first 3 episodes.
I agree. It does add a lot of backstory and more story that from the Anna Rumple connection, and because we know that they knew each other, but in what capacity.
Yeah.
But now we have a full understanding. Now there's all these set rules between them. So when we see another story that hopefully progresses the story forward, we'll know everything beforehand.
Yeah. So let's talk about this hat for a second. It has the ability to steal other people's powers, and now Gold is in possession of it in Storybrooke.
Dun, 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 dun.
He would. He has possession of every magical item.
I don't like that Gold is going back to his evil self. Like,
It had to happen.
I know.
It was either going to
He
be
is the
him or
dark
Regina
one.
this
And I'd rather
season.
have it be him than Regina, because I love Regina.
I love Regina.
I just want Regina to be happy.
I know.
She's trying to be
I
happy.
know. I love her and Henry working together. They're so cute.
So Gold is in possession of this hat, and the only thing in his way, it seems like right now, is Hook, who can blackmail him because he knows that he is in possession of the real dagger, not Belle. So Hook goes there to blackmail Gold and asks for his hand back. Rumple, after all these years, still has Hook's hand
I
in
know.
a jar.
Ew.
That's one of the most creepiest artifacts, souvenirs he could possess.
Does ABC/Disney, do they own the Addams Family? Like, is that now the
hand
backstory for like thing?
But I have a question. He, not to jump too far ahead, but Rumple, did he say the line that it was my magic that took your hand off, and it's my magic that could put it back on?
So it's only my
But
magic.
going back to the episode, they were actually fighting swords, and he'll actually slice it off via just
Oh no, he
hand-to-hand
said
combat.
his magic put it back
on.
and only his magic could take it off.
All right.
So it was
Got it.
after. It wasn't
So I think
magic.
I'm getting confused
Put
with
it on.
everything going on. Okay, got it. Clearing things up.
Yes. So Rumple Gold essentially tells Killian that this hand is evil and it might change him back into the person he was before, which we find out actually isn't the case. He lied to him. And that was just
That was
an
smart of
excuse,
Rumple.
I guess.
Planting that seed of doubt and darkness
I had
within.
a feeling that's what was going to happen too. Can we just talk about, though, as soon as Hook got the hand, he got new clothes, and damn. Damn. I couldn't even focus on this episode.
That leather
because
jacket.
He should
He
wear.
looked good.
Still had the guy liner, too, and I was like, man,
He looked good.
Killian,
Yeah.
call me.
Yeah.
He looked good in, like, normal people clothes. I mean, it wasn't fully normal clothes. There were still a lot of, I feel like,
He attempted.
callback to his
And at
pirate.
least he actually called himself out. It's like, yes, I might as well, change for this date.
Black on black on black.
Hey, it works for him.
Ugh,
He
Yeah.
rocks it.
so good. Hooker for life.
So Killian ends up during this episode as well having to make a deal with Rumple because of the hand situation, turning him evil again. He says he'll do anything, and that's what Rumple says he likes to hear.
You don't say those lines to Rumple, because he will take advantage of you during your most vulnerable spots in your life.
Yes.
No, don't.
Yeah.
And again, Killian should know better. It was all, I felt like there are so many situations today where I'm like, come on, these characters have been through these situations before. They know better than this. Why are they all reverting back to, past mistakes and past kind of character flaws you know, that we've already seen them grow from. So it frustrates me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I keep messing with that. I'm so sorry.
And it just keeps showing that Rumple still has the upper hand in everything. Like, he will take advantage of everyone in their times of most desperate need, just to be the most dark one, you know.
Most powerful person in the room. In all of
Goodness.
Storybrooke.
Like, I want to know what he wants. Like, what does he want with this hat now? They kind of like left it open.
I'm sure we'll figure it out
Soon.
Yes.
Eventually.
So Killian and Rumple go to the Sorcerer's Apprentice's house in Storybrooke, and there Rumple ends up bringing out the hat, collects the power of the apprentice, which we weren't sure if the apprentice actually had power or he just kind of, I wasn't really sure. The apprentice disappears into the hat.
Yeah, he got sucked in there, which does not look good.
It's like a black hole hat.
I know I've seen that. I can't remember the movie, the Disney movie that I've seen. That I know that's a reference to something, and I can't remember.
Sucked into a hat?
No, not sucked into a hat, but like sucked into like a wormhole type.
Or just like every genie that gets stuck in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very much the equivalent of that.
Genie
Genie in a bottle, baby.
Which shows that, like, where did he go? What's the slant?
Can he get out?
Are other people gonna get sucked into this hat?
Definitely, most definitely.
This is like the portal that will take the story into the next land.
I'm gonna say
Which starts
It's like the Mad Hatter's hat.
13.
Yeah.
In a way.
Oh, it is like the Mad Hat. Yes, it's very much like the Mad.
Except in the Mad Hatter's hat, you go to a different world, not get stuck in. I'm going to say that at least 2 more people get stuck in that hat this season.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, I want to say there's at least 100 people in the hat already. There's a lot of people in the hat already. There's a whole civilization.
In the
galaxy.
You think there are? Because Rumple is the first person who's ever been in possession of this hat that's been able to use it. So that would have to mean that he used it before the curse and took other people's powers.
So do you think that people whose powers he takes go in the hat, like, so that means he has the apprentice's powers?
If the apprentice has powers,
just destroy them?
If the apprentice has powers, then yes, the powers are in the hat, and I believe that he's in the hat as well, and potentially can come out at some point. Kind of like the thing that was trapping the Snow Queen. She was eventually released.
I think the sorcerer's in the hat.
You think so?
I think absolutely the sorcerer's in the hat, and he's
Question
probably
is,
Merlin.
who put them there?
Yeah.
If it wasn't Rumple, someone else did.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Interesting.
I have so many thoughts going in my head right now. I can't
So
even
many.
Yeah.
So many questions. The show.
It was such an exposition episode. It's just like...
So now instead of Killian having blackmail against Rumple, Rumple has blackmail against Killian. He taped this whole thing, or I guess there were security cameras already in the house, which is kind of weird. But he has this videotape of Killian and the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and he's going to use that. He says that if Killian ever, crosses him again, he's going to show this right to Emma. He released himself from the tape, so it just looks like Killian's evil again.
Yeah. VHS tape, very progressive, Rumple. I mean,
Well, and why are there security cameras in this dude's house? It's like his little rundown cabin.
I know.
that's
And there's
away from
security-
civilization.
yeah.
Good chances there's not security there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get that storyline at all. And the VHS tape was weird that it was a VHS tape.
Yeah, again, it feels like another situation where it's too simple to have another blackmail against Killian. Just throwing stuff at each other, back and forth.
And come on, Emma knows gold. I
She'd be able to tell that Gold's lying.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't think that is that big of a leverage against Killian, and so it kind
Killian thinks it is.
I don't know.
But
It
I think
frustrates
Emma
me.
would be smart enough to know, hey, this is a VHS tape. It's been tampered with.
Yes. And or if Killian just like goes to Emma and says, hey, this is the situation, and just tells her what went down, and like, hey, I really wanted my hand back, and I knew this information about Gold, and this is between you and me, this is what went down, then Gold blackmailed me, then Emma would be like, okay, Gold, sit down.
Yeah.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
They just need to communicate. Communication is the key to good relationships, people in Storybrooke.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this budding relationship, though. Hook and Emma's date.
Adorbs.
Emma is the one that ends up asking Hook out. She goes to Granny's where he's playing darts and asks him on a date. And he says the one caveat that he has is he wants to plan it. He wants to be a gentleman.
It was
so sweet.
So cute.
Yes.
Him playing darts just reminded me of Graham. When he was playing darts, like, Graham, miss him. But yes, very sweet. I wish every asking out a guy was that simple.
I'm just thinking about how much of Graham we're going to be able to see come February.
Yeah.
Maybe. We're going to see a lot of him.
I know, a lot. 50 Shades of him. Of Graham.
Yes.
No, I did like it. I wish Tiana was here because she loves Hooker for Life.
I know. I'm with T here.
Over
T,
this episode.
I got you. Hooker for Life. And God, when she opened that door, Emma, first of all, she looked like a girl out of like Greece. She looked like Sandy from Greece, like 1950s,
The
super
good Sandy.
cute, the good Sandy, very sweet. She opens the door and it literally looked like a greaser, like with his leather jacket, all black, leaning up against the door, all sexy, like. And I couldn't. I was
Pink Lady and the
Yeah.
It was Danny Zuko and Sandy.
How adorable is David being the protective father, like asking a million questions, finally stepping into that dad role and doing it so well.
I felt awkward.
I love it.
I mean, I think, but it was perfect.
But it's supposed to be awkward.
I felt so awkward in that situation, but I think you're right. It's supposed to be that, and I thought that was perfect how that scene went down.
It almost felt like I was waiting for Hook to come with like a corsage and for them to take like photos before they left on. It's like, oh, baby's first date.
Do a dance or something.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Mary Margaret was like so overly excited. I was like, calm down. Mm-hmm. But you can so tell those two are a couple in real life. They're so cute and they have such cute chemistry together. Not Emma and Hook, but Mary Margaret and David.
Yes.
Just in scenes, like I'm just so happy they have a baby and they're just adorable. I just love them. I love love.
Yeah.
Emma needs a new apartment though.
She does. That's
She needs to
awkward.
move out.
Move out of your parents' place already. Come on.
Yeah, you've been in Storybrooke long,
It's a
especially
little
if they had a
crowded there.
baby. Like, come on.
It's a little crowded.
Yeah. So Hook picks her up for her date and she says that this date better top her last one, or he was trying to top her last one, which was with a flying monkey. She said that'll be hard because he proposed on that date.
Yeah.
But he was also a flying monkey, so.
And tried to kill her.
And Hook did kind of crash it. But even before that, did we notice the little reference to Lady in the
We
Tramp?
were gonna say that, the Lady and the Tramp reference of the spaghetti.
Love it.
Yeah. So
Maybe
subtle.
they'll bring that into this.
But we know the lady and the tramp are both there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. I really
I want to see a
the,
scruffy mutt.
I wanted the song. This is the night. Da, da, da. You know, I wanted that. I really did, but we didn't get it. It's okay.
Maybe another episode in the future.
Maybe we'll actually get the spaghetti scene between Hook and Emma because now he only has one hand again. He just might have spaghetti's probably really
Has to use
difficult
his
to
nose.
eat.
Can't use a fork. Yeah.
Wishful
So
thinking.
also in the restaurant, other than Lady and the Tramp, is Will.
Yes.
He's
great.
He sees Emma there and tries to escape, but coincidentally knocks wine onto her lap, which is probably not the best way to escape.
She just ruined that dress too.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. And then the fact that he keeps running away.
Yeah, I mean, like, slip out the back. Like, why are you going right past her? But anyways, Will is there, and after he knocks over the wine, Killian ends up punching him in the face, attacking him. Emma doesn't go after Will because she says there's an ice wall. He can't escape anyways. I don't want to let it ruin our date.
This is a big thing for Emma. That is a huge thing for her to say, no, I'm going to have a good night. I'm going to do a night for me.
Yes. Would you say that her walls are down?
I think I would.
She has no ice walls up
coming
in
down.
her heart.
Her heart is being melted a little bit by Mr. Killian. Hooker for life. I love him.
He ends up walking her home, gave her his leather jacket. If she was
Again,
romantic.
it was straight out of
Super
Greece.
cute.
That's sexy.
Yeah. Good night kiss.
That was a hot kiss too.
Mm-hmm.
And asks for a date too. Well, assumes that he's getting a date too.
Well, I
mean,
fair to say.
Yeah.
I don't mind that they have a date too.
I don't either. I'm just so happy that they're finally like letting them explore their relationship, their romantic relationship, rather than this. You know,
Is it too soon though?
No, we've been doing this back and forth chemistry thing since Hook arrived. Like I'm so.
Yes, but there
It
was
might be a
also
little too
Neil.
soon,
Yeah,
'cause
because
Neil
Neil
just died.
That's
I
what I'm
agree.
trying to say. Is she should technically still be grieving over the father of her child, who she was in love with.
Yeah. But in fairness, everyone's trying to get their happy ending, and Emma's just trying to be happy right now. And even Henry wants Emma to be happy because he approved of this date going on. So I think it's just temporarily right now. Emma's happy.
Yeah.
Will it last? Who knows?
I want it to. That's what made me so mad about like just let Emma and Hook be happy for one episode. Come on.
They
They
were
are happy
happy.
for one episode.
This was that episode.
Now,
No, Hook was not.
I guarantee they will be broken up in a future season, or maybe by the end of this season, and
Something's
then maybe
gonna
get back
rip them
together.
apart.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Like, has it been proven yet that like Hook and like that's her one true love?
No.
We have not had no true love's kiss. Like we don't know if that's what
Not
they have.
yet, no.
They're just dating.
And I'm really curious about who Emma's true love is.
I think it was Neil. But
Question.
we have learned that you can have more than
Multiple.
one true love, which is not really the case from what we were told all of our lives. But
Why'd you lie to me, Mom?
in Once Upon a Time. So, after Emma and Hook's date, Hook finds Will trying to break into the library and tells him, I don't think there's anything in there that you would want to steal. But Will actually does have something that he'd want to steal. Hook ends up punching him with his fake evil hand. And we see Will later in the episode. He's just kind of laying in the library. There's a broken window next to him. He's holding the Alice in Wonderland book. What do you think happened between Hook punching him and being found in the library?
He broke in.
He broke in.
He broke in, but why did he pass out?
Well,
He was drunk.
he was drinking. And did you notice the drink that? Thank you, shout out to Kathleen Trash. She tweeted at me. She said, "Did you notice he was drinking Macallan drink, which is actually a drink from Lost?"
I love when they put
So,
Lost references
yeah.
on this show.
Little Easter egg.
He got a little too drunk on whiskey, which he mentioned
Pull
that
the
when he was
Sawyer.
in the cell. He got too drunk on whiskey.
Yeah.
Trying to find out about his own story because we know that he is the knave.
I don't think he's trying to find
Name of
out about
Hearts.
his story. I just think it's like a memory for him.
Yeah.
Like to see the Red Queen, who
His story.
is his one true love,
Anastasia.
and Alice, who is a very close friend to him. I'm very curious as to what.
Maybe he's trying to
has
get back to
happened,
his
yeah.
world.
I just love Will Scarlet. I want as much Will as we
He's
can get.
awesome.
He's
Happy
so
that
great.
he's in Once Upon a Time.
Yes.
I am
Okay.
so happy he's in Once Upon a
He's
Time.
probably one of the best character from Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. I'm so glad that they brought him over to this one.
Yes.
That's probably why that happened.
Exactly.
Because he was the best
He was the
character.
best.
no Jerry Curl though from Jafar. Come on,
No.
come on, give us a Jerry Curl from Jafar.
Which he eventually lost, but we digress.
Yes.
So
So
nice blowout.
a couple little things that we saw very briefly in this episode, which I'm sure we will see the rest of the season. But the Snow Queen, which we did not see much of. I thought we would see a lot more of this episode. She is the one, I guess, who turned this or put the not the puddle. She didn't put the puddle under Emma's car, but there was water under Emma's car. Emma thought it was a snow queen. Then later, Emma's driving and the street turns to ice. She sees the snow queen. She chases after her.
Fishtailing is scary on ice, just say.
But the snow queen vanishes. And then later, David in the sheriff's office ends up finding out that the snow queen didn't get here to Storybrooke via the curse.
Yeah, she was here all along.
So how do we think she got here?
Well,
there's a lot of speculations, and thank you everyone who's been commenting. They're questioning that maybe this Sarah Fisher knew Emma when she was in foster care.
Oh.
Like back in family. So maybe there's like an old connection between Sarah and Emma back then. Who knows? That's all I have to go off.
do you guys believe that she truly is Anna and Elsa's aunt? Or do you think that was made up?
I thought she was Elsa's mom. I
did too,
I
yeah.
really thought she was
Yeah.
Elsa's mom.
Yeah.
You thought that too.
Yeah.
So, but you don't think it's true that she's
I think
related
aunt
to
is
El-
just a ploy, it's just like something, just a lie.
Okay.
I think they're still connected in some way. I think aunt is just too far removed.
Yeah. She could be an aunt, but when a couple episodes ago when I guess it was last episode when she said when they saw the portrait, I just saw like this glint in her eye where I was like, you're mad at your sister. It's probably that you were evil. You had this baby. The sister took care of it and they tried to get rid of you because you were evil.
Right.
So.
And that makes sense for why Anna's parents were scared of Elsa rather than loved her unconditionally, because, they wanted to save her from being evil and she wasn't technically theirs. That does make sense.
Yeah. And that's why Anna and Elsa are so different. Even though they were raised together as sisters, they're still very different.
Very different. And a lot of people are also speculating, more so myself, speculating that the Snow Queen is Jadis, the White Queen Witch from Narnia.
Oh. Does Disney own that too?
No, Disney does not own that.
Well, then
At least
probably
I don't
not.
believe. But that is a possibility.
Good theory.
Yeah, because she also has powers. She turns things into icy winter fortresses too. So who knows? That's another
It's a
possibility.
possibility. Definitely is.
I just want to know. Can I just come sit in the writer's room, please?
Yes, please. Can we all?
Can we just have all the episodes for this season
Yes.
like now?
Now.
That'd be great. Thanks. Bye. So one other storyline that we didn't see progress that much, but we still should talk about tonight.
By the way, Narnia is distributed by Disney.
Oh,
There you go. Yes! Thank you, Sean.
that
Let's see
works.
my prediction come true.
Okay. So Regina and Henry, they now have Operation Mongoose. And Henry knows that Robin Hood is Regina's true love. He wants to see both his moms happy. So he is all for Regina, helping him out in any way that she can. And also trying to rewrite her story, which is very cute.
Henry was very smart in this episode. I mean, I know he's more knowledgeable of all the stories because he's read the book, but he's really growing up. And the fact that he could even pinpoint, like, if Rumpel couldn't have a different ending than what we're supposed to have, then he knows who could
But
change
if
endings.
Rumpel is technically the
Pick that up.
Beast, he's supposed to be with Belle. Beauty and the Beast. Come on, that's how they live happily ever.
Yeah, but the fact that Henry was the only one right now that could pick that up, I mean, that's...
I don't know that... I mean, they talked about how Rumpel might have rewritten his story. I don't think that happened. I don't know that he does have a happily ever after right now, because even though him and Belle are together, he's kind of ruining it.
Yeah. What are you up to, Rumpel? Not okay with it.
Yeah.
He's consumed by dark magic.
But Operation Mongoose, it looks like it's moving forward. They're going to find the author, change the ending, and they think that Rumple is the one who has the key to doing all of this. So Henry decides to intern at Rumple's after school, which Rumple calls his apprentice. He can work there a couple days a week, and Rumple hands him the broom. The Fantasia walking broom.
And Henry does a terrible job of sweeping.
Yeah.
How has this boy ever swept in his entire life?
Probably not. But in fairness, the broom could do it itself. So
Yeah.
I think this might get into prediction territory, but that was very smart on Rumple to go undercover to get closer to Rumple.
You mean Henry?
Henry, yeah. Henry,
Isn't that a dead giveaway if Rumple says, okay, you can work here under 2 stipulations. Do not whatsoever go in the back room. That's the first place Henry's going to look.
yeah.
Obviously.
That kind of reminds me of the Beast telling Belle, the first night Belle was in the castle, you can't go in the West Wing, but you can go anywhere else in the castle.
Yeah.
Don't go to the West Wing. It's very much the
Well, he
same
also
thing.
said you can't touch anything without asking me first. Which is
Yeah.
how is he going to help you if he can't touch anything without asking you first?
Well, we'll see. So,
I'm going to love this relationship between Henry and Rumple start to happen.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it to grow and to see kind of, I don't know, Henry's got a little of his grandfather in
he's
him.
devious.
He is very devious, and I think he learned that by being raised by Regina.
But I think that
And
it's all
Emma.
for a good purpose.
yes.
Yeah.
He has
And
very
Neil.
good intents behind every, everything that he does.
Every action. It's very calculated
Definitely. He's probably the smartest one in all of Storybrooke, honestly.
right now, yeah.
So, anything else from this episode that you guys want to mention?
I love just the one when I believe when Emma's driving the car and they said the wolf, the radio station was Wolf, interesting, and low 30s by the ice wall. pretty just I mean that's nothing, but
Little
I just,
details that are hilarious.
I got a giggle out of that.
We appreciate the details.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So, moving forward, any predictions? Since Tiana's not here to do news and gossip.
Yeah.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I think I tweeted this out too, but Henry getting closer to Rumple, I still think Henry's innately magical.
Yes,
Because
you're
he's
right.
born into a family, and it's just like Emma, she had powers all along, but it took her a while to tap into them. I think now Henry being surrounded by magical items and being surrounded by Rumple of all people could help him tap into his innate magic. I kind of want to see that happen, and I think more people are going to get sucked into that hat.
It's gonna be like Harry Potter. You know how when like Harry Potter started getting closer to his 11th birthday, he started, like random magical things started
Things
happening.
just started happening.
So then, do you think that Rumple will see that Henry is magical before Henry does and try to steal his magic?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Because Rumple has the power of foresight.
and Rumple wanted to kill Henry once.
But
What's
now
to stop
knowing-
him to do it again?
Now knowing that it's his grandson and the only link that he still has to his own son, he might not.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Rumple because even when he was, fighting against, arguing against killing, he was like, if you take away my love, I'm going to take away yours, which is Emma. I mean, so if Rumple can threaten Emma's life, he can certainly threaten Henry's.
Can I go?
Yeah.
Am I right? Okay. I think, and this annoys me, and I hope this is wrong, I think that Rumple, somehow wants to try to bring Neil back. I think that's the whole purpose of the whole hat thing. And I'm just like, come on, like, I get it, Rumple, like, you really love your son, but can we get rid of that? Like, I'm over that storyline. Like, it's season 4 already.
He just wants revenge at this point, I think.
Yeah.
He says he wants to avenge his son's death.
Yeah.
But he already killed the witch. The Wicked Witch. No, Regina killed her. Right? I can't remember.
Zelina?
Zelina.
No, he killed her
killed
with
her,
the
yeah.
dagger.
He killed her, yeah.
And she
She's
went
dead.
porcelain and poof.
Yeah.
Broke.
I think Henry is going to find the tape with Hook in it, and he's going to watch it, and he's going to be like, Mom, Hook isn't a good guy. I found this tape. And then it's going to start this whole drama between Hook and Emma and Henry, and it's going to be, because once Henry's against Hook, like, then that's really going to get Emma, like, against Hook. And
that's the only way that Emma would be turned
Yeah.
against Hook.
Maybe.
and then I think the Snow Queen is going to try to find a way to get the hat so she can steal Elsa's power. I think that's what she wants to do.
What if Anna's in the hat? Interesting.
I like that prediction. Anna might be in the hat.
I mean, she
But
went
Anna
poof.
would need-
We think that she
would need powers, and yeah, I don't think she's in the hat.
I don't know. Maybe.
Anna did go back to Arendelle. We didn't really like, and
Yeah.
we see the scene between her and Kristoff. Very
It's
cute.
believed that she went back to Arendelle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we also know that there are still.
But
with
now,
her.
but right now in Storybrooke, because Anna's missing, what if she's in the hat?
The Snow Queen put her in the hat.
I don't think that she'd be in the hat, but I think that we also know that there still are people in other worlds. So
Right.
she could just.
She could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Her heart's in Storybrooke, though.
Where's
led to believe.
Hans?
I want to see
Yeah. Where's Sven?
Sven.
Where's everybody?
Because Anna might be with them.
That is very true.
Yeah, that is very, very true.
We shall see. So, thank you guys so much for tuning into this
A lot of
recap
questions.
of Once Upon a Time. If you guys have any predictions, then let us know your thoughts in the comments on our YouTube page. And please rate us, subscribe to our iTunes. Just type in AfterBuzz TV to iTunes. You can find our Once Upon a Time after show, as well as the other after shows that we do here at AfterBuzz. And tweet us your comments on tonight's recap. Where can they
you guys are
find
great.
you?
You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Serafini TV.
You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Keetin Marchi.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley and on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. You can find all of us here on Twitter and Instagram at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you again for another Once Upon a Time after show next Sunday.
Woo!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.